Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the next episode of Myst IV Revelation. Last time out, we were exploring Dream. We did our Rubik's Cube puzzle. We're now looking at Serenia. We do have sound, so that's great. And we completed this water displacement puzzle with a little bit of help from our friends. In the chat, we have Spiper. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. I hope you had a great week. This puzzle has got really strong, is this the final puzzle of the game kind of vibes? I don't know. Maybe. But just as a quick reminder, what we saw last time was we have that code. We have a screenshot of this, so that's good. And then these are going to rotate, right? Yep, they rotate. And then they become blocks of 3, and then they kind of spin. Oh, any predictions in case it is? What are my predictions for the end of the game? I think they're going to Armen Tamzarian it. I think what's going to happen is Akanar is going to kill Cirrus, but he's going to die in the process, and leaving Yisha able to be saved by us. I think the Stranger is not going to do anything. I think it's all going to be Akanar and Cirrus fighting each other, and I think Atris is going to meet us back on Tamana after all of it's resolved. That's my prediction. Okay, right. Now what we got? We have these. These rotate and they map onto each other. So let me just have a quick rerun of that. So let's follow the red one and the purple one. Yeah, so it's going to rotate. So magenta, it's magenta and blue come together. Pretty sure it's magenta and blue come together. Let's run it again. So claw hands at the ready. It's going to rotate this way. Yeah, it's magenta and blue come together. Fine. So let's draw that in. So magenta and blue, which means it's going to be red goes to yellow, and then green's going to end up with cyan. We have Everett Topanga in the chat. Good morning to you. You should be asleep, but you are not. Happy Election Day, somewhat belatedly. I guess so, depending on which country you're living in. That's true. Like, there was council elections on Thursday. It was also Star Wars Day yesterday, so May the 4th be with us all. But today we're thoroughly into Revenge of the Fifth territory. Incidentally, massive shout out, if you are based in the UK, massive shout out to Smith's Toys, who did a brilliant Lego giveaway yesterday. So they were doing a Lego Star Wars giveaway yesterday, which was amazing. So basically, as long as you have a child with you who is over the age of 6, like I think they needed to be bigger than 6, you could rock up to a Smith's Toys yesterday morning and just pick up, like, not very much, like a little build, but like a little Star Wars Lego build. Brilliant giveaway. Absolutely great. So that's, yeah. So there we go. And such a great thing for a Saturday morning as well. Like community spaces in a way. But yeah, get the kids down, play with some Lego in the morning at the store. It's cool. Right. But yes, we did have local council elections in the UK on Thursday. Okay. Is this randomized every time you press the button? It is randomized every time you press the button. Oh, that's fire, that is. Okay. But do you know what? That in and of itself gives us a clue. Yeah? Because it tells us that the setup of the puzzle itself, that what we just witnessed is not important to the setup of the puzzle itself. Yeah? Okay. So you can only head up one at a time. And the ones on the edges... So the main 6 spokes, they are all exclusive to each other. The ones on the edges, again, you can only pick one of the 2. So let's try and understand what Cirrus's clue was telling us then. So we've got blue, red, purple, cyan, red, yellow. Now those are top and then at the 60-degree points. This hexagon is elsewise, right? So blue, so is it blue here? Now red, how do you make red out of cyan, out of magenta and green? Good question. Because the red was shown coming to the yellow. No. Imagine if there was no combination trinket on Spire and instead the solution was to build a metal shattering crystal bomb. Also potentially an acceptable solution. Ah, shoot, yeah, I haven't changed the timing on my bots, so the bots are probably going to be spamming the chat a little bit today. Never mind. When it rolls round to like 10 o'clock, all 3 of them will line up and they'll all just spam at the same time. Well, let's see what happens if we start inputting some random... Oh! Well, hang on a minute. Right, so if we do these spokes, you then can't do... bro, no. So you can literally only select one. Okay. Well, I'll take blue for the top one. Or was that cyan accidentally? I don't know. Okay, well we can definitely take yellow for this one, right? Is there a long... Oh, hang on. Oh. Ah. It's a slidey puzzle. It's a slidey puzzle. Right. Okay. Cool. It's a slidey puzzle. So, what are we trying to do? Well, we have got... Let's count the nodes out. We've got 3 times 6. So we've got 18 nodes. We've got 6 colours. There are 3 of every colour. Yep, right, fine. So, we've got 3 of every colour. Okay. Are you trying to... We've got Shroom Fee. Hope you're not too late to the party. I don't think you're too late to the party. The party doesn't stop until... No, the party doesn't start until you arrive, Shroom Fi. Is it Shroom Fi or Shroom Fi? Question. Okay, well, we've worked out that this is a sliding puzzle. The conjecture I was literally just about to make, before you joined, was we've got 18 orbs. I think we want the 18 orbs, maybe, to be in the triangles. Because what we've got over here is we've got 6 colours to be made up. And we're going to make up 6 colours. And it's the orientation of them. Top, bottom, left, right on the sort of 60-degree wings. Well, that's where these circles are located. So I have a suspicion that you're trying to get 3s into these triangles, maybe. Now, how are you going to get 2 reds? Well, you can't get red, 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 because we've only got 3 reds. So what we need to do is we need to combine the colours using some kind of colour combination, something or other. Now, the animation was showing that the blue and the magenta go together and the red and the yellow go together, which is probably a better direction to try and take it than trying to sort of work it out yourself. Oops. Right, so actually a right click in this puzzle is going to reset this puzzle, so we can't click out of... Yeah, a right click anywhere on the screen is going to count as you trying to activate the puzzle. So we've got to remember to left click when we come back into the screen from the thing. Okay, right. So my sort of thinking is like, now cyan we said was, I think maybe I'm going to need to have a little zoom out on here. Okay, cyan we said partners with green, right? Now we've only got 1 cyan that we need to do. Are we going to get any kind of feedback, do you think? In terms of if I bring oh, you can do bigger moves. That's kind of nice. We need to get the red one out of here. Well, let's get the green going this way. Then we can get the red one over here. Get blue in there. Get blue up here. So that purple can come around here. So that puts green into a triangle. We don't get any particular feedback once we've done that. Well, we've already looked at that memory for sure. So yeah, I mean the clue is sort of, yeah, it's in that memory. So you don't get any feedback when you combine these together. We've got to still also have a think about, well, okay, how do we get 2 reds together? Let's have another look at that memory in the meantime. Right, let's keep an eye on the magenta and the blue. So those are going to rotate together. Fine. And they're going to become 2 blocks there, but then they're going to get mixed up. So you could say, because the puzzle gets randomized every time, right? So look at the magenta and the blue. The magenta and the blue, they're going to come together, and then they're going to be the noon and the 2 o'clock position, right? The magenta and the blue coming out here. And then they get muddled into the random orientations. But the thing opening definitely seems to be when things are... Because right at the end of the memory, you see the vision of the door opening, right? Okay, so it comes together, then they split apart, then they get all mixed up, but into 3 triangles... Sorry, into 6 triangles, and then the door opens. So yes, I have a strong suspicion that the correct orientation is going to be to have everything inside the triangles. Right? Bit like this. So I think this is kind of going to be how the puzzle wants you to arrange the solution. Okay. So then the question becomes, how do we integrate the Spire code into that solution? Now the Spire code has got purple, which is very much not magenta, it has to be said, right? Purple is not magenta. But how much do we want to split hairs about purple and magenta being different colours? Because to get purple requires blue and red. I think. Well, it does at least when you're painting. I don't know about lights. So hang on, wait. Yeah, no, because it's RGB is your... This is also going to depend maybe a little bit on when this game was made, right? Because, like, whilst nowadays I think it's pretty much universally accepted that CMY are the real primary colours, in the 2000s, RGB was definitely still more primarily used. So, and I mean, this puzzle is obviously using both. So how are we getting 2 sets of reds? Well, you can get red by combining cyan and magenta, right? Isn't it? Hang on, wait. I'm gonna Google it because I'm gonna mess this up. So, how to get blue, green, and red out of CMYK? Come on, show me my true secondary color palette. Okay. Here's your color palette. I don't regard this as cheating. This is just literally looking up something from an equivalent of an encyclopedia. Right, there's your color palette. So we can make red out of magenta and yellow. Purple is sort of notably missing. So the thing is, if we use up 3 blue, 3 cyan, and 3 yellow, if that's even yellow, because that looks like a very greeny yellow to me, doesn't it? But it looks like a yellow. I got no reason to doubt it's a yellow. So we use blue, we use up our cyan, we use up our yellow. That leaves us with 3 times green, 3 times magenta, and 3 times red left. We use up our 3 times red on one of the red. Probably. Tempted to do an IRL word ban on one of the colours. Oh no! that'll make explaining my thought process a lot harder. I should get rid of that IRL word ban. Okay. Well, green and magenta, when you mix them together, just make black. That's lame. That's not going to work very well at all. But what we could do... So what have we got that's spare then? So green is spare. Oh, but you can't use green to make cyan. Because that's the whole point of it being a primary colour. Wait, hang on. Wait a minute. Does it work both ways? Sorry, let me go and grab this other picture from here. Yeah. Does that way also work? Ah, do you know what? If this is along this lines, this might end up being my favourite puzzle of the game. It might. I do, even though it's kind of considered bad puzzle design, I do like puzzles that use a certain amount of real-world knowledge. Because let's be honest, right? This is going to be a controversial take, right? Puzzle games that were released in like 1997, when Riven was, yeah, you've kind of got to use all of the information you have in the game. Nowadays, considering literally everyone has access to the internet, or indeed any information that they want, common knowledge from outside the game, I think, is like a pretty reasonable thing to expect people to like look up and understand and then use as part of their solutions. Which, to be fair, like, this game kind of already has a certain amount of anyway, because it has things like, hey, look at this machine, what do you think this machine does, how do you expect this machine to work, kind of things. Which I suppose, you know, I guess you can sort of trial and error it a little bit. Okay. So let's say we have... what's the best way to sort of represent this information? So we need to make red, blue, cyan... we'll call it magenta and yellow, right? And how can we make those? Well, let's say that the reds are going to need to be red. One of the reds is going to be red. One of the reds, let's say, is going to be... maybe it's got to be magenta, yellow, red. In which case, we're going to need to do magenta, yellow, red up here. Right, if you're mixing them in equal proportions. Okay. So magenta, yellow makes red. And then we'll just take a red. So magenta... Well, we've used 2 of our magentas, so we use 1 more magenta, and then we do red and blue. Yeah. And then all reds are done. And all magentas are done. Yellow, well, we've used 2 of our yellows, so similarly, we're going to need to use yellow. But also, to get yellow is going to need to be red and green. That's not going to work then, is it? Unless you do say that that's a greeny yellow. Can we make that yellow, green, green? I don't know. Maybe the fact that that's purple is that that's magenta, blue, blue. Yeah? Maybe. Could that be magenta, blue, blue? And then we've got the red left. So we could make that a red-green. Okay, so Y is done now. And then we've just got cyan and blue, but we've used up... So what hang on, wait. So which colours are we missing then? So we've got cyan, we've got blue, and we've got green. Well, green doesn't feature in here at all, so we definitely need to turn the greens into other colours. Well, this is looking like more and more sketchy as time goes on. Because I've now used 2 blues down here. So blue kind of ends up needing to be blue, magenta, cyan. And that's not going to work because we've used up all of our magentas. Huh. The water flow puzzle was pretty good at implementing some basic real life knowledge. It was a good puzzle, to be fair. Yeah, the water displacement puzzle. I think someone commented on the YouTube that that puzzle more than most suffers from the fact that it's node point navigation, that actually tracking where the water's flowing is harder given that you do not have free movement. And I'm inclined to agree. I think assuming that brings in purple is a bad assumption to be making. Bad assumption to be making. I think maybe we're going down the wrong route here. Maybe. Like, the colour we do not need is green. So we need to use our greens to make other colours. So green can be used to make cyan. Let's try it from the opposite way around. So we try and put a green in here. And green can be used to make yellow if you combine it with red. But then what's our other green going to be used for? Pop it in there. And then do you want to add one of our precious reds. One of our precious reds. FJW James in the chat. Sup, homies? Doing alright. How are you doing? We are having a big think. We're having the deep think about this puzzle. Now, I don't think it's going to be something as just as obvious as, okay, put a blue one here, put a red one here, put a cyan one here. Sorry, put a cyan one here, put a purple one here. Because the vision definitely shows them being in groups of 3. But on the other hand, maybe it's got to be the other colours? No, that doesn't work, so we'd still run out of reds. We would still run out of reds. It'd be interesting to know, does this puzzle always give you one repeated colour? Or do some people luck out when they get to Spire and they have each 6 different colours in here? Because if you've got 6 different colours, I presume the puzzle becomes a lot easier. Maybe it doesn't though. I tell you what, I know we were talking last time about, is Myst IV a longer game than the previous ones? I'm definitely feeling like Myst IV is a harder game than the previous ones. Would you guys agree? Like, I feel like we've had a couple of puzzles, like a decent number of puzzles on this game, where we've got properly stuck in a way that didn't really happen with the previous games. I mean, obviously with Riven, we forgot how trap books worked, but like, I mean, eventually we would probably accidentally stumble into the we'd probably accidentally stumble into the way to progress the game. But I don't know, the puzzles in 4 strike me as more obtuse. Ah, we've got Sponsum in the chat. Good morning to you. This one, Spiper would agree, probably harder than Exile and Myst. Yeah. There's a bit of relevant real-world knowledge, not in-game knowledge, you think you might be missing here, but you won't share it without my explicit blessing. Oh, okay. Some real-world knowledge that we're missing. More than just how to mix colours together. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, for anyone wondering, it is going to be a shorter episode today because we started late. But that's okay, because it means that if anyone's watching on YouTube, it means that the length of the episode is not going to be a spoiler as to whether we complete the game today or not. Imagine clicking on an episode and going, oh, it's only a 1 hour, 10-minute episode today, so like, oh, we must be completing the game today. And then it's just like, no, we just started the stream late. Maybe. Is that? Maybe if you put a gem here, it gives you the colour for this one. Maybe if you pop a gem here, it gives you a colour for both of these. And if you pop one in here, it gives you the colour for all 6. Is that the kind of unhinged thinking that these designers could be going down? Maybe. The other thing that kind of makes this puzzle quite tricky is obviously there's no feedback on whether you have any part of the puzzle correct or not. Wait, why has the yellow changed its appearance when you move it there? What? That's weird. Hang on. That has kind of changed, but when you put this one up here, it doesn't. Let's swap these round. What? No, that's got to be a bug, surely. Huh? Is there something special about this yellow one in particular? Why does it look different when you move it there? Ah, it's Wade 7. Hey there, Dev here from tomorrow's game. You're just here as a fan of the Myst games. Very excited for Uru. Very fond memories of that game, and I even had the chance to play it online when it was released. It has some peculiar puzzles and great vibes, but it takes a little getting used to. Great. Well, welcome Wade 7. And yeah, so tomorrow night we're going to be playing The Night is Grey, which I'm hoping is not going to be too scary. I don't know if it was you, Wade, who I was talking to on Discord, but I've been assured not too scary, mostly a puzzle game. So we'll see. But yeah, so The Night is Grey. So that's going to be tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. Should be great fun. So this one melts when you put it here, which is where cyan goes, according to this. It's very strange, though. It doesn't do that if you put it in any other location. The blue one does it, though. The blue one does it. So why? Why? So yellow and blue, well, it's light blue, isn't it? So yellow and cyan are going to make green, which is not the colour we're trying to make down here. This is, of course, very much running on the assumption that that is supposed to be cyan, which isn't quite correct, because that's definitely greener than that is. That just looks like light blue to me, rather than cyan. And to be honest, neither of them look like that cyan looks. Oh, shoot, I'm not showing you what I'm drawing. Yeah, so that does not look like that, and neither of them look like that. Myst 4 is definitely the hardest puzzles. That, or the vibe and direction that Ubisoft took the series, didn't work with me at all. After the incredible Riven and the super fun Myst 3, this one had some highlights, but it's one of the least favourites for me. That, I think, is fair. It's definitely got... Well, I was saying just before you arrived, it's definitely got some of the... Oh no, I right-clicked into it. Shoot. Well... What will be interesting to see is it another yellow and a blue? A light blue that looks like that when you put it there. Yeah. Well, let's put all the light blues over here for now. We'll take this dark blue and we'll put it over here. So, move you over this way and clear a little path. Clear a little path for our balls to move around. So, this yellow, not melty. This yellow looks melty. This yellow also looks melty. Fine. And then in terms of the light blues, we've got yes on you. Yes for you as well. Wow, so all three light blues. It's weird, isn't it? Because it's like, okay, yeah, any of these three have this kind of visual change to them, but most of the other balls don't. Okay. Do any of the balls change their appearance when they're moved into any of the other slots? Or is it just this bottom one? So let's check, say... Let's check this one up here. Not you. No. Nope. Nope. Like, I like the idea of a puzzle which randomizes itself every time you try it. That's kind of a pretty good idea to prevent guessing. Wow, that took a bit of a circuitous route, didn't it? So none of these are doing this so far. We've almost checked all 18 spheres. And yeah, none of them change their appearance in this node. You'd say that Path of the Shell wins the prize for hardest puzzles. Riven and Myst IV roughly tie for second place. See, I don't remember us getting like super stumped on Riven, except with the trap book. But yeah, maybe that's maybe we just got a little bit lucky on it. All right. I mean, the thing is, you can kind of interpret that in a lot of different ways. You could interpret that in a lot of different ways. Are we trying to make white? Are we trying to make white in each set of triangles? Right? Because maybe this indicates the colour that's supposed to go in the central part. And then the other two, you're supposed to partner with it to make white, which could be what these are trying to imply, that you're always trying to partner these up together. Like, it's as good a guess as anything, I think. So, and it prevents us running out of reds, which is what our problem was if we're trying to make everything in the triangles red. So let's give that a go. So we're trying to make blue up here. So blue gonna go in this slot here. Oh, that's melted a little bit as well. Isn't that weird? Okay, then red's gonna go in here. Well, blue, we could fill these out as we go, couldn't we? So it's RGB. So red, green, blue. Okay. Then down here we need a red. Well, actually, let's do this one because we've got all of the things. So we need a red up here. So let's take this red, and we need red, green, blue again. And then here, let's do yellow. And yellow needs cyan. So these three are done now. Down here we need cyan, so we need a yellow and a magenta for that one. So that can go here. Here we got purple, so let's clear these all out the way. So we've got, right, and we need red in this slot here, green's going to go in there, and then we've got cyan here, and we've got yellow here. Right. Like, it's a bit of a guess, but we'll see if it goes. That's mad. That's mad. All right, yeah, cool. Nice. We did it. I think we might have been overthinking that one a little bit. A touch for a while. Okay, cool. I haven't been catching up with the chat at all. So, yeah, the shards and puzzles are pretty out there. You think it's because of the Aegis layout and sparsity of the game's elements. The solution to both colour puzzles was to make white? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, door closed behind us. Alright, well here we go. Oh, that's a shovel, not a lever. Do you know what? That means I actually take back what I said earlier. I think if you did luck into, hey, all 6 colours are actually different colours, that might actually make the puzzle a lot harder, depending on how you interpret it. Okay, let's go. 5-pointed wheel. Alright, we're in. So that's the hole we just came out of. Weird. What's this? It's like an airlock or something. The air is supposed to be toxic. Yeah, we could do a little save here. Yeah, if you are suggesting that we are indeed about to come to a decision point. Okay, so we've also still got a path around here. We've got someone... Well, that's Cirrus. Why is he in there? Oh, he's dreaming! He's in dream right now! Oh, we're going to bust him out of there. Definitely. So we've got stairs this way. Wait, no, right. Let's look over here first then. Because we've also got a handle. Yeah, I reckon if we open that up, that's going to release the toxic cloud, right? So I think we don't want to be opening that. Yisha's here!
It's you. You've come to rescue me.
Yes.
Over there's a lever that'll set me free. Hurry up before Aknar comes back.
She says hurry up before Aknar comes back, but I reckon Cirrus...
He'll kill us.
I reckon Cirrus has just told her... Oh, no, she knows which one's Aknar and which one's... Well, sorry, hang on. I don't have my little hand. I don't have my hand. Okay. Where's the lever then? Where's the lever? This way?
Aknar, use the silver lever. Turn it and you'll set me free.
No!
Oh no!
This is not Yisha!
What?
Cirrus used the machine. He forced the memory chamber to remove all of her memories.
Liar!
This is Cirrus, I tell you.
This is crazy. He killed Cirrus when he tried to save me.
Seriously, would I kill my own brother?
Yes.
He removed Yisha's memories. And then he used the machine to plant his own memories inside her head.
What?
This is Cirrus, I tell you.
Look, he's got the life stone. Serenia's memory chamber can't survive without the
Shut
life.
up!
Please, I'm your little sister.
He's just playing games with you.
You see, he's a killer.
No. No! I told you already. I only stole this to stop Cirrus from comforting, Father, but I was wrong. He was after Yisha all along.
No, he's the one who kidnapped me, not Cirrus.
Look, I have to set everybody's memories back right again.
Uh-huh.
Amber lever. Turn the amber lever to begin the process.
No, you'll kill me if you do that.
Hooray! Before the memory chamber gets too weak to power the transfer.
Don't listen to him.
It's got to be amber leather, right? Oh. Yeah, come on.
No,
I'll trust you,
my
Akanar.
response was perfect.
Ha!
You may have won this round, brother, but it's not over.
Got you, Cirrus.
Cirrus, don't!
Oh no!
Something has gone wrong. Yisha's memories are not coming back again. There's got to be some way that I can reach her. If only I had a... No, not now. Not now. The memory chamber can't fail now. Listen to me. The memory chamber is dying.
Mm-hmm.
And if it dies, it'll stop the transfer. And I don't know what that will do to Yisha's mind.
Well, we better put that stone back in then.
I can keep the chamber alive using the stone, but you have got to find a way to reach her. Go to the dream world and try and find a way of getting through to her memories. It's the only chance we have. Use the other chair, but hurry. I don't know how much time you'll have after I use the stone.
No, it's just Akanar is jacked, right? Like he's just okay. So we got to use the other chair, right? All right. Well, let's go. Let's do it. No reason to dilly dally, right? Oh, there we go.
You are a most unusual traveler, my friend.
It's our spirit guide.
The
Hello.
vision you witnessed here last time served you well. Yet still you see Dream as dark and slightly dangerous. Why? I see the answer in your need. You are not just looking for visions this time. You seek the very memories themselves. The one you know as Yisha is still here. She's been unable to return to her waking mind because her connection with it was severed prematurely.
Mm-hmm.
Come, I will take you to her. Yet the strands of Dream are shifting, even as we approach. I sense the connection reopening. So when we reach her... Interloper!
What is this?
That traveler has no guide. He's using Yisha's memories to remain anchored in Dream.
Insect bug.
Otherwise he would be lost and quickly crushed amid Dream's constantly shifting waves of possibility. Why is she not aware of him? There. Do you see the anchors he's using?
Mm-hmm.
They are very powerful memories, which both Yisha and the Traveler have in common. Somehow he's jumbled them up, and is using the confusion to hide himself from her. She cannot return to her waking mind, while he is attached. You can release her. By entering both memories and replaying them correctly, you may startle the traveler enough so that he reveals himself.
Okay.
I will send you into the first one now.
Enter the memories and replay them correctly. What?
I'd like...
I'll tell them to when I link home.
Oh, what? We've got a memory puzzle? Oh, okay. What do I make of this development? Consistent with what we've heard so far. Like, we've heard a lot of stuff in the lore about the memory chambers and how they work and how the globes store memories, and this is basically... Okay, so it's not quite how I pictured it, because I thought what they were going to do is they were going to kill Atreus and use the funeral rites to get his knowledge into a globe for themselves. But I don't think it's too much of a stretch to be like, oh yeah, well, you know, it's also a mind swap thing. And we saw Cirrus inside the pod anyway, and I think the Achenar is actually a good guy turnaround was pretty well telegraphed, so yeah, I'd go with it.
I'll tell them to when I link home. You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide. I'll tell them to when I link home. You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
Hang on, wait, so...
I'd like to, sis, but I don't...
I'll tell them to when I link home.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
Just like you made my spirit guide. I'll tell them to when I link home. So the first part of the conversation is probably this one. Wait, what? Oh no. Wait. Ah. What is this? No! What are you doing? Okay, the controls have suddenly just become all over the place.
They break so easily.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
Right.
I'd like to sit.
So how many memories have we got to deal with? Right, so we've got chess set.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't.
So so when you grab them, you grab all of them. And when you move them, right, okay. So it's a little bit of a, is it a little bit like a Towers of Hanoi or something, where you can only move things onto the adjacent ones? Okay, well let's have a listen to what all of these are.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
Okay, very vague.
You should play him.
You should play him.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. That way I'll never be able to break it. I'd like to, sis, but...
You should play him.
So you should play him, that's almost certainly a reference to the chess set, right?
I could, but it's really hard to carve. I'd like to, sis, but I
don't have a chess set. And then
That
she's
way
going
I'll
to say
never-
something in response to him. Right?
You should play him.
You should play him is not going to be the first part of that
Well,
conversation, though.
Maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
Right, okay, I think this
Daddy's
is...
really good at chess.
This is all one conversation. These are all lines from a single conversation. Okay. So let's find it out, right? So what do we got? We've got
You can make one, just like
you
you
could
made
make
my
one just like you made
They
my
break
spirit
so
guide.
easily.
They break so easily. They break so easily.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
You should play him.
You should play him.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small.
Okay.
That way I'll never be able to break it.
And do you know what? Let's also put who's speaking in each of these as well. So that was Cirrus, that's Cirrus. This is Yisha. This is... that's Yisha. This is Cirrus. And then this one's Yisha.
That way I'll never... I'd like to, sis, but I...
Right.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
Okay. Okay, so this is Cirrus. Yisha's gonna be here. Maybe Mum and Dad can give you a set.
Ha! Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
Okay.
Ha!
Daddy's really good at chess.
Well, that's just a statement, isn't
You
it?
can make one.
Okay, so we have got how many lines in total? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines, and I think 5 are Yisha, 5 are Cirrus, so it's going to go like Yisha, Cirrus, Yisha, Cirrus. So probably something like, Daddy's really good at chess, you should play him. I'd like to, but I don't have a chess set. You could make one. I could, but it's hard to carve. Oh, so small. If she says, well, maybe Mum and Dad can give you a set, what would he reply to that? Because what he wants is... oh, it's something like that. Something like this? Does this make sense as a conversation? Daddy's really good at chess. You should play him. I'd like to, but I don't have a chess set. You could make one, just like you made my spirit guide. I could, but it's hard to carve figurines that small. Well, maybe Mum and Dad can give you a set. They break so easily. Right, and I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber. No, they break so easily. Maybe it's more like that. Daddy's really good at chess, you should play him. I'd like to, but I don't have a chess set. You could make one just like you made my spirit guide. I could, but it's hard to carve figurines that small. They break so easily. Well, maybe Mum and Dad can give you a set. Right, and I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber. That way I'll never be able to break it. I'll tell them when I get home. That seems pretty reasonable. You never understood why Cirrus turned into a ladybug. Who knows? This is Dream.
Just like you made my spirit.
It sounds like Achenar thought that was Cirrus' plan as well. Use the machine on Atris, that is. Yeah, Achenar stole the life zone so that the old memory chamber would fail before Atris showed up, but Cirrus used it earlier than expected. Oh, we got Dodo7. How are you doing? Wave to you. Good to see you in the chat. So,
You can make one.
what we need is so when you move them in, they move to the bottom.
Well, you should play him.
I could, but that way I'll never. I'd like to, Sid.
I'll tell them to when
Not that one.
you can make one.
They break so easy.
Daddy's really good at chess.
Right. Hang
I
on, wait.
could, but that way I'll never. I'd like to, Sid.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could.
Right. And I suppose.
We have Adian Writer. Hey, I finally caught you live. Great to see you. Great to see you. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. And we have Dodo7 has just followed. Thank you very much for the follow. Gonna love all these not Myst-like puzzles in 4.
They break so easy.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So, okay, so what I think
Daddy's
is,
really good at.
let's pop you over here, and then we're going to pop you back here. Now, does it matter where we sort these out? I don't know, but we're gonna start
Daddy's
on the
really good at
chess.
chess.
We're gonna do it on the chessboard. So you should play him. Where is that?
Well,
They break.
you can make one. You should play him.
Okay, you should play him is number 1. So let's go this way around. Right. We're going to use these two as our dumping grounds, right?
I'll tell them.
So you go this way, and then you need to be here because you
You should play him.
are going to go onto the chessboard. Right. I'd like to, but I don't have a chess set. I think that was the yellow one, right?
I'd like to.
Good. So dump you here. And then you can go straight into here. Oh! It's doing a thing. I don't know. Okay. You could make one.
I'll tell them to.
I could.
Well,
They break so.
you can make one.
Okay, right. So probably get rid of you here. You here. It was the blue one, right?
You can make one. Just like.
Yeah. It stopped going, though. It stopped going. I don't know. Do I need to put 2 on each of the 5? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. We'll just go with it. You could make one. Fine. I could, but it's hard to carve figurines that small. It's going to be the next
That
one.
way I'll never... They break so...
Well,
No.
Right.
I'll tell them to when
I could, but it's...
Fine. So you go this way. They break so easily.
I'll tell them to when...
No, so that's not that one. Not that one.
Well, maybe Mom...
They break so easily.
Okay. So we're going to put you here, and you here. They break so easily is now going to get added to our stack. Then maybe Mum and Dad can give you a set. Not there.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad...
Yes. So we need to go probably like put one here, here. Something else is now going.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
Yeah, okay, maybe we're not trying to stack all 10 up, because this is the second to last thing. I don't know.
Well,
Let's just stack them all up in order for now. Do you know what? We're probably doing it wrong then, aren't we? Nah, we're probably doing it wrong. This started going when the top 3 were in there. So... yeah, it's probably not the one. I don't know. We're so close to having this one tried out
maybe Mom
now.
and Dad could give...
So let's do right. We've got 3 more to do.
I'll tell them to when I...
That's the last one.
Right. And I suppose you'll tell them...
Okay, so it's going to need to go this way. And then we move that one back, move that one over here. And then we've got this one, comes over this way.
That way I'll never be able to break it.
Okay, good. So I think that's all 10 of them in order. But yeah, no, so okay, I think we've done it wrong because I think it needs to be, yeah, I think it needs to be in the order such that it's, because we put these first 3 in and then this started going wah, 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 wah. And then this one down here,
Maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as
yeah,
a present.
was like on Mum and Dad, which is most of the way around. So maybe it's supposed to be these first
You
3.
can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
You could make
I
one.
could, but it's really hard to carve figurine.
So maybe, well, no, maybe those are supposed to be on the spirit guide. And linking
Tell
home
them to when I link.
would be the book. Huh. I don't know. Okay. I think the first 3, though, made this one go. And this one on its own made this one go. So maybe you're just trying to, like, collect it together so that it makes the stuff wibble at you. Possibly. Okay. Well, unfortunately, that's all we're going to have time for today's episode. So a slightly shorter episode today because we started late, unfortunately. But, you know, life happens occasionally. If you enjoyed this video and you're on YouTube in the future, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Currently, we're at something like 395 subscribers over on YouTube. So we're 5 subscribers away from hitting 400, which is amazing. So yeah, if you're watching YouTube in the future, I will see you next week. Bye for now. Okay, for everyone who is on Twitch, so as a reminder, tomorrow night